Modern cities are rising with impressive glass facades shaping the skyline. But while facades create beauty and identity for buildings, they must also be designed to ensure fire safety and protect the people inside. In modern buildings, curtain wall facades create a cavity between the exterior facade and the internal floor slab. This cavity is necessary for installation tolerances, thermal insulation, and drainage. However, without proper fire protection, this gap can create a serious fire risk. If a fire starts inside a building, flames and hot gases rise rapidly due to the chimney effect. This example shows the difference between an unprotected cavity and a protected one. On the left side, without a cavity barrier, flames move freely through the gap and spread upwards. On the right side, a cavity barrier blocks the fire and prevents vertical fire propagation. A typical curtain wall system consists of aluminum framing and glass panels. Behind the facade, insulation materials and structural connections create a cavity between the slab edge and the facade. This is the critical location where fire protection must be installed. To prevent fire spread through the facade cavity, specialized fire barriers are installed at each floor level. One example is the Lamitherm cavity barrier system, designed specifically for curtain wall facades. The material is supplied in standard lengths and must be cut on site in accordance with the facade system supplier's recommendations to suit the cavity dimension between the slab edge and the curtain wall frame. Before installation, the void size is measured carefully to determine the correct barrier dimension required for that specific location. The barrier is then cut to the appropriate size to ensure the required compression fit within the cavity. The proper cavity barrier closes the gap at the slab edge and prevents flames and hot gases from traveling through the facade cavity. The cavity barrier is installed at critical locations within the curtain wall facade. Horizontally, it is installed at each floor slab edge to seal the gap between the slab and the curtain wall system, preventing fire from spreading from one floor to the floor above. Vertically, cavity barriers are also installed between adjacent apartments on the same floor, preventing fire from spreading sideways between units through the facade cavity. Together, these horizontal and vertical barriers compartmentalize the facade cavity and stop fire and hot gases from spreading between floors and between neighboring apartments. A building facade is often seen as an architectural statement: glass, aluminum, and elegant design shaping the skyline of our cities. But the facade is far more than appearance. It plays a critical role in protecting the building and the people inside. When designed and executed properly, the facade becomes part of the building's fire safety strategy, helping to prevent the spread of fire and supporting the overall safety of the structure. For this reason, facade consultants, contractors, and developers must ensure full compliance with civil defense regulations and approved fire and life safety codes. Because in modern construction, the facade is not only about beauty. It is about responsibility, safety, and protecting lives.